So we're back and we're doing a bit of a different video because normally we're playing a game or playing a JoJo related game, but I've decided to take time and actually talk about something else, which is a new game that's coming out and it's called Hero's Story. So essentially what I've heard or what I've heard so far, what I've been told so far is it's like isekai related game with a bunch of animes and junk in it. And I don't really know much about it, which is why I have the board manager, who's going to be answering most of the questions and explaining most of the stuff because I'm pretty much clueless. So, you can unmute your mic now if you want.
Hey everybody, my name is Mitten, or the board manager for Hero Story, also the server manager for Alpha's Empire.
Yeah, so if you're in my Discord server, you probably know who this is already. But, yeah. So, first off, you've already told me this, but I want you to explain it in more detail, because I know I won't be able to do that. What's the game about, basically?
The game is about your avatar, or like at least your model of your avatar, or whatever you're currently wearing right now. Or just to say your Roblox avatar. It's a story about your Roblox avatar. Now your Roblox avatar starts off skating with his friend and randomly gets hit by a car. Now that car that passes by kills you, and that's when the isekai element comes in and then swoops you and puts you into another fantasy world. And that's when the whole game started. I guess the idea just came up from the developers. Like, the arc of the story is like you embark on an adventure with your allies, comrades, and etc. You have pets, mounts, and different. You have an arsenal of weapons to choose from. Let's say you want to main a staff, you want to main a physical item, because in this game you can only choose two classes. Like there is no other classes. I mean, there are subclasses that give you skills and etc. But you can only choose one element. It's either to learn magic or to learn the way of close combat, which is the just the weapons and stuff like that. But like I guess that's the whole element of the game.
Okay, so, like, so basically, it's gonna be like a RPG type game where, like...
Yes, but the different thing about it is that it doesn't have any levels. It just has permadeath and age systems. It also offers job systems.
Oh, so like jobs are ways to make money.
Yeah, like let's say you are around 20 years old in the game and your job is a royal guard. At 30 years old, you will be promoted to a king's general. Now, being a king's general means you have to lead over armies in lower ranks and etc. Stuff like that. Because you can choose your own story. It's either to become a rogue person, a chaotic person, or a hunter, etc. like that. But you spawn in with a job. You can choose whatever job you want.
And like, if you do choose your job and let's say you don't like it, you will be able to change it and stuff, right?
That I'm aware about, because there is something called a reborn crystal. Now, a reborn crystal does is if you die once, it resets your whole life, and I'm pretty sure it removes all your levels. It just gives you a new life.
Oh, okay.
But with the same avatar and stuff like that.
Okay. So, as far as all that goes, you said that this game was basically a mixture of a bunch of animes with more of like an isekai theme to it. So, how many animes off the top of your head do you think this game has in it?
At the top of my head right now, currently, we have 53% of the progression of the game done. So in the near updates, right as of now, we only have 20 animes in the game, inside of the game. And most of them consisting of around, like, let's say Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Evangelion, whatever you call it, Gundam, etc., like that. Dungeons and Dragons, etc. But Off the top of my head, around, if I estimate it, we should have around more than 100 animes inside of the game if the updates keep on, frequently going in.
Okay, sounds pretty nice. So just off of an estimate, if you can give me one, how long do you think this? Well, no, what time maybe like a time frame of this game might come out? I don't know.
Well, originally we do have a countdown game right up now, which you could support us in it. You could buy some, stuff like that. But right now, the game has a countdown base, which basically you could earn seconds, and those seconds can be converted into rewards. I will leave a link right now in the general chat, so you can see what's up with it, and check out the description to see what I mean. Because you earn rewards by staying in the game per seconds. The maximum seconds are 1,000 hours, which basically gets you a free legendary magic and a weapon.
Dang, sounds pretty cool.
But you have to stay for a lot of time in it. So
And you said that aside from like the job features and stuff, there will be some like stuff like mounts and tameable things. Stuff like
yes, yeah. So I don't really mean to plug in as like the concept of the game is very pay to win. I don't really want to get it off there, but I guess the most the the actual good example I can give right now is that if there is like if you check our group, the Loose Card Studio group, you will see a Game Pass by the name of a Special Donation Game Pass. Now, what that Game Pass is around, as you see, expensive. It's really expensive. Around 100k Robux, 100,000 Robux. Yeah. Well, the thing about the Game Pass is that it gives more than you think it gives, because a lot of players seem to misconcept it. When I made the shirt, a lot of people thought like, oh, is this just some sort of scam? Well, in terms, no, it isn't a scam. Well, it does give you an obtainable mount, which is called the chariot, the divine chariot of the king, which is basically just a floating chariot with a Pegasus in it, those carriages, those royal carriages in animes, blah blah blah. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put the concept of the game as pay to win, because actually if I'm being honest, the only thing we will probably have as a Game Pass is just if I had to think, the only Game Pass we would probably have are cosmetics in total.
Also, things that don't really apply, advantages.
Yeah, but if you do buy if you go check the description of the countdown game, there's like 3 things there. Those are basically the most Game Passes that will come out of the game. Those can help you, blah blah blah. It gives you mounts, rare mounts. The 10,000 Robux one gives you a arsenal of a legendary weapon that you can only choose one, which kind of affects your game. But going back to the donation shirt, it gives you, unobtainable things, but it only scales with power. So, to say the least, it's not pay to win.
Okay. So, for this countdown game, is it like how long you're in the game? Like if you're just time you've spent just in the game.
Well, we do have a timer there, but it indicates how many times you have. So the max time, the max seconds you could have is 3.6 million, which is around 1,000 hours, which I can't really count in days because I'm not good at math. But once you reach 1,000 hours, you could choose anything you want, and etc. like that. You could choose a legendary weapon, a mount. You receive a mount, yes. Most of the things, most of the things in game. But some people ask like, oh, can I just buy the Game Pass and get the same rewards? You can get the same rewards, but the different thing about it is that we don't like to favor the pay to win aspect of the game, so we treat the play to win players more special than the pay to win ones. So if you grinded your hours for $1,000, you grinded that, then you will have the chance to basically participate in a giveaway that can possibly make you win a custom skill and a custom weapon along that. So
So basically, there are some features that you can get from the game by paying, but also you can probably get basically the same features by
yes, like let's say the popular game called Roblox. Now, like a lot of people think it's a pay to win game, but to explain it briefly, some of the games aspect, it gives the players a option to grind for it or buy it because in the first, like let's say Golden Experience Requiem Over Heaven, there you have to pay 10,000 Robux or just grind for the money, which is around 160 million yen. But you're asking why I'm comparing this game to Jojo Blocks is because I want to put the aspect of we rely more on the play to win players than we rely on those who are pay to win. That's why most of the game passes that I make for the game are only purely donations, and they get you special perks, but they're not too OP. So I guess donate at your own risk.
So basically, like the paying features of the game are just basically optional, and they don't provide that much of an advantage over the people who play the game normally.
Because like some okay, so to say the least, the only benefit you get out of it for donating is because you help the game out a lot. You get some special features that other people don't have, but it doesn't affect you. It doesn't make you super OP. But there is one aspect that reigns over the top than normal play to win players is that some of the gears that you get as a donator can become unobtainable and really rare that you can trade for other items that are also rare. Like let's say the scythe of the Yokai King, which is a rare scythe weapon made for mages. It's basically a staff made for mages. It depends on your class, I guess. If you're a scythe mage or a corrupt mage. So if you're a scythe mage, you will be able to use this weapon, but it's only a donator weapon. So
Okay.
yeah.
So back to features in the game. Well, I guess these are. Will there be like groups or clans or stuff like that?
There are guilds, there are clans, there are groups. Yes, there are right now. Currently, you can apply for like. Hold on, let me check how much. Let me check how much groups we have. So I it out. So there are currently a lot of clans. No, guilds at least. So we do. If you do check at the Discord, we have a daily newspaper, but we stopped uploading there for a bit because we had to focus on the game itself. So if you scroll up and then see the channel called newspaper, you could scroll all the way to the top and you can see there is the guild, the birth, whatever. It's like the creation of the guild, the birth of the first guild. So the first guild we made was the Smoky Skull Guild, which was owned by a guild master called Tekradus. If you look at the info, it's an elite group of warriors focusing on clearing the game. So just basically to say grinders. And then the Night Raid division, which are which are owned by two guild masters, and they focus more on good and evil forming the most powerful guild, blah blah blah. And we have also the Maple Tree, which is owned by Matusha 666, the guild master. And let's just skip through it. We have the Sunrise Dragon, which is owned by Trigger Wizard. So we have a lot. We have quite a lot. And two new other guilds, which was added quite recently, which was Midnight Genesis and the Holy Sword.
So like if someone makes a group, it'll most likely get like advertised here.
Well, you can join them for benefits. It's like it just depends on what benefits you want. They're all the same benefits, so.
Okay. And like, so there's obviously going to be like bosses and stuff like that, right?
Yes, there are going to be boss raids, there are going to be boss drops, etc. like that.
So are there any features like really based on RNG, like for joining the game? Because some games they'll like it'll like to choose something. Like I guess certain games, I guess like Baki games or whatever, they choose like your last name or whatever. Are there any features like that in this game?
Right as of now, we aren't clear of the name system, but I assume I could give you my word there will be a name system. Probably soon or later.
And like,
Titles, you're talking about titles, right?
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So titles, yes, you do earn titles. Like, let's say you have 5,000 points on not being corrupt and being an orderly mage. You get around a title called Celestial, which basically signs that you're a very good person and you have not done any sort of crime. But if you are a chaotic one, which was like 5,000 negative reputation, you will be called unholy, which signs that you're a very bad player and are most likely to random kill in, random servers.
So you can get like reputation in this game depending on things you do.
Yes, you can get from quests, etc. You can get them from favoring players and such like that. So
Sounds pretty sick. So there's like as far as the jobs go, um, will the jobs be like difficult or like just basically like quest type of stuff or like how are they?
oh, sorry, what? I was looking at something.
Like as far as jobs go, let's say you have a job as like a guard or something, will you get quests and stuff or like is it just basically kind of like how the server is?
Well, you do get quests. You do get quests and stuff like that. So, like, I don't know if this is going to be like the main reason why you get promoted into new jobs, but every hour or so, if you're in idle mode or if you're in adventuring mode, you will get a random quest pop up in your screen that says, "Hey, kill like corrupt 20 guards, like kill 20 corrupt guards, help this old lady out." Then you will have to do it. Like you will get a random server. Like let's say you are a wanted player and I'm an hunter. So let's say around 1 hour passes in game time, I get a random quest that says kill alpha for bounty, rewards, and reputation.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It all depends on your job though. Because if you're a royal guard, you are supposed to be really, really, really in the celestial side, which is really the good side. But you could also go as a corrupt guard, but you'll have a lot of people chasing you down. So
Also, what maps like? Is there like one large map, or like will there be multiple maps in different games, or like how does the map feature work?
well, right as I'm seeing right now, there's like a lot of multiple maps inside of the game. So like let's say the biome of the undead where players like let's say you get a permadeath, you get killed like 3 times and then you die and you will be transported into a room called the dead of the land of the undead. So you will have to meet a NPC there to rebirth and such like that. You start a new life, but you will lose everything that you have other than like legendary weapons save. Like if you're from the countdown and you earn a reward, your reward stays in your inventory. But if you're a normal player who got a drop from a boss that's a legendary, then you will lose it. So I suggest grinding and whatnot for the countdown.
So essentially, you want to play this game like more carefully and not just go into battle.
Yes, you do.
And take.
Yeah, because like the concept of the game is like you have to be really careful because you only have one life on it.
Okay.
But like, is there any more questions you want to ask? Like,
I'm out of
any game aspect?
road.
Well, I guess I'll just explain the last part that I wanted to do as a speech. Well, as we see, as it stands right now, the game itself is really underrated. I mean, as the board manager, I would have to give my own opinion as the game is starting off and it looks really bad as it seems. But to say the least, we will improve. So, like, if anybody else is watching this and is interested to make a video on it, well, I will happily be able to give you access, but you have to show that you are a YouTuber and you can help us. But right as of now, I'm just going to say that we need a lot of help for the game, publicity, and the gains for the game to start off and whatnot. So I guess just to say like help us out, help the game out, to get more attraction and whatnot. I guess this is a vegan video, but like to say the least, like we really needed a lot of help because the game is really underrated. Oh yeah, thank you.
Probably a little bit less begging and more like advertising.
Yeah, I guess advertising, yeah.
But
But it's not really that of it's not really that of a nature of advertising. I just want to ask people for help.
Can I talk now?
oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead. You have like questions or something?
Oh yeah. So what is the limited horse?
The limited horse is probably a white breed horse, I guess. Like there's a lot of horses to choose from, but they're the most common ones to ride as a mount because you can ride dragons, you can ride celestial figures. Like let's say,
You can ride a dragon?
yeah, you can ride a dragon. It doesn't depend on any class. You can just ride a dragon.
Oh, yeah.
You have to tame it. You have to tame it first, though.
Oh, is that hard?
You had, yeah. There is. I guess it is hard though, because you know. But you could also ride celestial figures. Those figures are basically the ones where like you ride their shoulder. I guess I don't know how to explain, but like I guess I'll provide an image if I have one.
Oh, okay.
I guess these are what you call celestial figures. This is I guess this is the most closest image I can get to because we don't really have the model in the game yet. But those are what you call celestial figures. You can ride those or you can fight them. It depends. That is a character from League of Legends. If you're wondering, yes, it is because we are trying to mix everything up.
What is
But yeah.
are the legendary, how good are the legendary weapons?
The legendary weapons give you multiple boosts other than rares. I guess that's at least I could say. But the only legendary we have right now is the Celestial Spear.
Oh, okay.
So to say the least, a normal weapon gives you 1 boost, a rare weapon gives you 3 boosts, and a legendary weapon gives you 6 boosts.
Is the free game pass going to be good?
The what?
The free game pass?
The free what? The 3 game passes on the game currently?
No, the free game pass at 100 hours.
Oh yeah. It is. It's going to be basically the same. You just have more of a chance to reign over the the pay to win players than the play to win players.
Oh, okay.
But like, is there any more questions you want to ask?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's it for me too. So if you guys viewers, if you have any questions, the link to the Discord server will be in the description. Also, the link to the countdown game will also be in the description. You should definitely check this game out because it looks pretty sick so far. And
Well, I mean, I forgot to show one sneak peek, so I guess I'll put it up here. That is the mage class. That is the base mage class that you know. If you max out. But in the near future, we're planning to spoil every leak that we have, like the ones that aren't leaked yet. So just stay tuned for that.
yeah, all of this seems super dope, and I'm really excited to see where the game goes, and I'm really excited to see it like actually.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I still forgot the one thing, which was, yes, you could get into the newspapers. It depends on your value. Like, let's say you're a top player with 1 million negative reputation, then we will be put as the newspaper as the title tyrant, like dead or alive, guilty, around 1 million reputation, and the reward would probably be around 500,000 in-game currency. You also get roles in the Discord. It depends like what you do, if you're a tournament winner, blah blah blah. But right now the game isn't really out for normal players. Only testers have access to it. So yeah.
How do you become a tester?
The only way you become a tester right now is either a giveaway or you favor one of the developers into something. Or you could just buy a tester or earn it by waiting in the countdown. There's like
How
4
long?
ways to get it.
Until tester? 8
Around
hours.
2 days, I think.
No, it's 8 hours.
Oh yeah, 8 hours. 8 hours for tester if you remain in the game, that is. And yeah, you do get if you lose your seconds in game, you could just DM one of the moderators to restore it and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess that's all the in-game information I need to get right now. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you too, because this is a lot of information. It's a pretty cool game.
Yeah.